Hello, my friends. I am Zazoo, that is what they call me where I come from. We don't have names. And you can say that my flavor, you would say in life, but it doesn't quite apply to me since I am coming through this channel, but I am not in life. I'm around it. Sort of like when you go to the water's edge and you touch it or you throw a rock. You experience it without being in it. That's sort of a good description of me because they won't let me in. In life, my friend, you are after a few things. Really only one, but it sort of branches out and you think that there are a couple. One of them, of course, is to create the life that you want. Another, whether you are aware of it or not, is to be the cosmic being that you are. And in order to do that, my friends, you must be intentful. To be intentful means to be filled with with yourself. Not your ideas, not your beliefs, not your values, not even your dreams. Not your desires, yourself. And if you are listening, you might be saying, Mr. Zazoo, if I take out my ideas, if I take out my, well, what is left? That is a very good question, isn't it? It takes you somewhere else. Because after all, if you are listening to me or to that wild thing, so many things to process in your experiential life system, that is what I call it. If you are listening, chances are you already suspect. You may or may not know, but chances are you suspect there's more than meets the eye. This body of yours is not all that you are. There is more. You cannot see it, you cannot feel it, you cannot touch it, you cannot access it with your senses, although, my friends, if you're going to find out what you are while you're in body, I'd like to see you do it without your senses, without your body, without your feelings, without your thoughts, without your ability to see, smell, touch, feel, process life. You are here to experience life, to process what is occurring so that you can experience the only thing that does exist, which is you. So, I'm saying to you, there's really only one thing you are doing here. Creating the life of your dreams, realizing you are cosmic, one thing, but you break it up, and learning how to manifest, and you must be intentful for that. Now, I'm going to say, if you're not comfortable with this idea of intent, use the word imagination. It is a good stepping stone. She says I can use the word euphemism. She says stepping stone was a much more well-worded euphemism. So, my friends, you can be imaginative or intentful. Although, I will say, sometimes when you're intentful, you have to be imaginative. For example, you see, one way, in some ways the only way, for you to manifest anything is, in fact, for you to blueprint. Blueprinting. I don't think that my friends had heard that word before I used it. Blueprinting means that you start to, like an architect, make the drawings, so to speak, not literal ones, for what it is that you want to be, do, have, experience as that creator, being cosmic the way you are. Being cosmic the way you are, you have to come up with it. Yes, when you're young, they shuffle you this way and that way to school, and It's not always tasteful, but anyway, at your point in life, you have to decide for yourself. Now, that's not easy. Some people say that they really want to decide for themselves. This is going to be a different conversation. And yet, when it comes to it, when I say to you, you have to decide for yourself, it's time for you to understand what blueprinting is and take responsibility, take charge. You can't be cosmic, waiting for directions, waiting for someone to hand anything to you. Now, can you? If you are waiting for someone to do anything for you, you are waiting for your power. That is not cosmic. Look to the stars, look in a telescope, watch something about the universe and space. There is no permission, there is no part waiting for anything at all. At all. You have to blueprint, my friend. You have to start to say, this is who I am. I am going deeper. I'm understanding better who I am, what I am. And this is how I want to experience myself. It's what I want to be. It's what I want to have. And then let's say that you want to have your ego filled and be an actor. There are some that aren't ego filling, but for the most part. So then, my friend, you want to be an actor. So you start to say, that is where my movie is going to happen. I'm going to read the script there. I'm going to be having these kinds of experiences. You start to blueprint it. You start to let your life know, let yourself know what it's going to be. You start to, in this way, insist, I'm going to meet the director. I'm going to charm the casting department. And you become these things. To become these things and to blueprint them, you know it. You have to put yourself in the place of knowing. You have to know yourself, because when you know yourself, you know that it follows. You know what it's like. And as you do, you're going to start to summons the energy, if you will. My friend, that is how the best manifestors manifest anything. You can also use your imagination. I imagine it's going to be this way. I imagine. You can see how imagination is very similar. You can see how blueprinting requires some imagination. You have to imagine some of the parts. You can't dictate it. You can't tell it how it's going to be or how it's going to come together. But you can, just like you do when you're hungry and you want to eat. I want to have an ice cream, you may say. What flavor? I want vanilla with the syrup. Maybe the banana, maybe not. Maybe the nuts, maybe not. You start to create a picture, and that picture, you think it is visual, but it is so much more, just like you. Just like you, my friend, you're more than your body, and that ice cream is more than an image. It is so much more. And in order to manifest it, you need to conjure it up, blueprint it. That person will go with me, that one won't, or that flavor sounds good, that one doesn't. You start to bring it up in this way. You start to blueprint it. You must draw your own plans. And, my friend, as you start to play with blueprinting, you'll get a sense of it. And it is very sensation-oriented. But the most important thing is that you take that ownership and you start to go in that direction, because blueprinting is going to be a little different for everyone, because everyone is unique. as you do, you're going to change your perception about yourself, about ice cream, about how it is that you can manifest things. And that, my friend, is going to bring you to some of that purpose, some of the reason you are here, some of that one thing you are really after. Until next time, my friend.